Right then, it's saying I'm live. Hopefully there won't be any lagging this time, but I can't promise anything. I am getting a new webcam as well next month, when next month comes around, because my old one broke. My old one was really good. I really did like it. Don't know why it's broke. Maybe the cable when it was attached was sort of quite tight. So maybe that, I don't know, maybe something happened with that, but yeah, I'm going to get another. I'm probably just going to get the same one because it was pretty good. So it should be better quality again soon. I apologise that it isn't very good quality at the moment, but that is, as I say, because I'm using my built-in one. But yeah, I just wanted to make you aware that I'll be getting a new webcam soon, so it should be a bit better quality. We've got 6 people in the chat. We've got 6 people viewing. I've not got the chat up yet. So you might be thinking, oh, that's a bit of a different title. Well, the reason I wanted to talk about this subject, I'll just get the chat up 1 second. Just make sure there's no duplicate sound or anything. Yeah, so the reason I wanted to talk about this subject is obviously because I'm a young person and I've taken up reselling. And from time to time, I've seen a few people in the group, a few people in the Facebook group or on YouTube or whatever, and Neil's in the chat and Paul's in the chat, so hi. And I've seen young people in the Facebook group and on YouTube. But the thing that's sort of been coming into my mind the last few days while I've been thinking about this, I didn't really have. Generally, when I think of a topic for Thursday Talks, I don't think of it specifically for Thursday Talks. It's sort of something like each week a different topic will be on my mind, something that's completely different. Oh, no sound. No sound. Oh, Georgie's saying there's no sound. 1 second, let me see. Let me see what I can do. Maybe you've got your mute. Oh, well, you won't be able to hear this, but maybe you've got yours muted, because I don't know whether anyone else is saying that, but I'm just going to check. I can't seem to get the... It's really laggy my end. Is it laggy? It's really laggy my end. Oh, there we go. 1 second. I've not got my microphone muted or anything, so... Oh, got sound now. Right, okay, cool. Right, that's fine. It's not my end. So, yeah. Oh, what was I gonna? I've lost my place there. So, yeah, when I do a topic for Thursday Talks, it's not generally like I don't think of a topic specifically for Thursday Talks. I base my topic around what I've been talking to myself about or thinking myself over the course of a week. So this topic is what I've been thinking about this week. I always do it. It's something that a topic goes around my mind. And yeah, I mean, as I say, I've seen people on groups, seen people on YouTube, younger people. But when I actually really look into it, and when I say, are there many young people taking up reselling, I mean seriously. I mean, that doesn't mean full time, but that means that they're going to do it for a few years. You know, I'm not meaning the people who have a go at it and do it for 3 months or 6 months and that's that. I mean, we're going to do it for 5, 10 years, you know. Well, sort of at least the 2 to 5 year bracket, if not longer. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people, but I've not seen as many. I've not seen as many as I would have thought, and that's what I've been thinking about. You know, I've been puzzling with myself. You know, in the groups, in the sort of the UK reselling group and whatever, I don't know whether there's loads of people in that maybe 18 to 25 bracket, and I'm meaning the really young. I'm meaning the young reseller. I'm not meaning. I mean, yes, I'm well aware that 30 is young still, but I'm meaning like the real young. You know, really the people who are really young and just starting up with their careers. And I don't mean in general business. I'm meaning specifically in reselling. I know that there's a ton of young people setting up in business these days, but I'm not meaning business. I'm meaning reselling side of business. There's some weird, I don't know whether there's some weird feedback or something. Can you hear that? There's some weird feedback anyway. I don't know. It sort of stopped now. Well, that was weird. It was like there was resonance or something with the mic then. I don't know, but Nick says, hi, Ads. I have just started reselling this year and I'm 27. Although if I had known about it sooner, I would have started a long time ago. So the thing that made me think about this is I was talking to Ryan actually, and I was saying, you know, I'd not seen many people in the groups, and I'd not seen, you know, I'd not seen many people my age or even slightly younger, you know, like 18, 19. And then I thought to him, well, that's actually quite good for me in one respect. If there aren't as many people, young people starting up reselling, not that I don't want to help and encourage people. If people want to start reselling, that's fine. But I'm just thinking theoretically here, if there's not as many young people starting up reselling the same age as me, then in 20 years, when all the people who are in the 40s or 50s now, when they're either retiring or just slowing down the reselling a little bit, that means that theoretically, if the car boots are still going, if the auctions are still going, which I'm sure they will be, they've been around for what? Well, auctions have been around for years and years and years now, but car boots have been around for what, like 50 years, something like that, 40, 50 years. But I think they will still be going. But it means that there's going to be less people around actually at them. So theoretically, going off very, very, what's the word? Just not really any stats, but just going off my own judgment, theoretically there should be slightly less if the case is that there's not many young people taking up reselling. Whether I don't know what the reason behind that is. What do you guys think there is a lot of young people taking up reselling? Am I wrong? Do you think my opinion is wrong? No, I didn't mean dying. I wasn't going to put dying. I wasn't going to say dying. But yeah, okay, yeah, maybe passing on, unfortunately. I had an eBay shop when I was 17, 18, 19, selling fishing stuff. Done well, but my job at the time was easier money. eBay is a lot harder than a normal 9 to 5, which most people don't get exactly. Yeah, I mean, yesterday you don't realize it. I mean, I don't realize it, but yesterday I must have put in 10 or 12 hours work, but you don't realize it. You know, I mean, I probably started work about 9:30. I didn't start work early or anything, but I went and did my parcels, packaged my parcels, and then that takes you to like 10, 11. Then you end up labeling up the parcels, taking them to the shop. Then I have a quick break for lunch. Then I was getting on sorting, cleaning, testing for most of the afternoon. I wanted to go and see Ryan, but I couldn't because I just didn't have time. My grandparents came round, so I had to spend a little bit of time with them because obviously I wasn't going to ignore them. And there's a great quote by Walt Disney: never neglect your family for business. And I think that is a really, really, really powerful quote that I'm trying to embed in myself, because I know there's been times in the past where I have neglected my family for business and it's not the way really. But yeah, so my grandparents came around, so I was with them for a little bit. That was about 4 o'clock. I asked my granddad about the clock I got from the auction. And then I was back at working. I was photographing then for half an hour, something like that, not that long. I'm fairly quick when I get going with my photographing. And then obviously I list at night time. So I was actually watching Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy last night. So, because I've never seen that before, so I was listing during that. But then again, that doesn't feel like work, but it's all hours that are actually adding up. So yeah, you're definitely right doing it yourself lifestyle. A lot of people don't get how much time you actually put into a business or into eBay. So let's see. I think a lot of young people, young in little brackets there, people are trying to get a career off the ground. It's often only a few years later when they feel the option doesn't work for them that they try reselling. Yes, that could be so. And I do feel like there's a lot of people in the groups between the ages of about 25 and 40 or 25 and 35, that sort of range. Because I think you're right there. Is it Heather the Treasure Pirate? I think so. If I've got that wrong, sorry, but I think you're Heather. So, yeah, I think you're right there. I think that a lot of people start off a career, they get a job for a few years, they see if they like it, maybe they can continue with the job and do reselling on the side. Maybe they then jump into reselling and after a couple of years, jump into it full time. I don't know. And maybe I've done it a completely weird way, but I remember my granddad, I remember my Ryan Daniels' dad actually. They always said to me, start a business as soon as you can, because you've got that mum and dad blanket. Like, if you fail, nothing terrible, unless you get yourself into like tons of debt or something, nothing terrible is going to happen, because you've still got a roof over your head, that sort of stuff. So I'm so glad I did it now, and I've sort of got off to a good start with it. But yeah, it's just been something that's been running through my head. I am lucky. I work continental shifts, so only work 14 days a month. Well, I've never heard of continental shifts. So is that where you do a certain number of days and then you have a certain number of days off, or something like that? I don't know, but yeah, I've never heard of that. That's cool. So I can still concentrate on my eBay shop. That's cool. 12 hours work easy. Actually, I know, it's crazy, isn't it? So I'll do a bit of a haul. I've got a couple of items from the charity shop. I will show you my picture that my grandma actually did for me for my, I think it was my 21st. I think it was for my birthday anyway. But she painted a picture and she's now had it framed. So you know me, I've got a lot of pictures in here. I've got some in the other room, as you can see, one behind me there. But I don't know where I'm going to put it. This is the problem. I either have to take that one down, which I don't really want to do because I really like that one, to put that one up, or I take the other one down from over there, which I really like, or I take that one down from there, which is basically a painting of near where I used to work, and I quite like that one. But yeah, anyway, I'll show you this, so I'll just, one sec. Correct. 3 times 12 hours. Ah, yeah. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not that bad. Well, I mean, all right, yeah, it is quite a lot, 12 hours a day. But I mean, if you're doing it over 3 days, then you've got your 4 days off. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Right, I'll show you this painting that my grandma did for me. The colourful little bit at the bottom there is actually meant to be flowers. I was kind of thrown. I know you're not going to see it very well because of the glass. It's doing a bit of a weird reflection there. Colourful bit at the bottom is meant to be flowers. I was kind of thrown off a little bit by that. I thought, oh, she's got a bit hippie on me or something. But yeah, it is quite nice. You've got a little, apparently that's a horse, but my mum thought it was a donkey. But it's a horse there. So yeah, I thought that was quite nice. Nice little painting there. So I'm gonna hang that up somewhere, but I don't know where. And my grandma loves the shabby chic stuff. So she's got this, like, she painted this frame. She's like really into the shabby chic stuff. I've never really gotten it too much, you know. She likes doing it though, so well, that's that. Or did she paint that frame? She might have painted. Yeah, I think she did paint that frame herself. I don't know, maybe she got it like that from somewhere. But yeah. So that's that. I need to put it up somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to put it up, but yeah. Ads, what's up? Car boot collectors say. Hi there. I don't think you've been in a live chat, so hi if you haven't. Maybe you have. Right, let's see. The series or the film. I tried to watch the series on Dailymotion, but they only actually have like 2. They only have episode 1 and episode 4, so I'm gonna have to buy it from somewhere if I want to watch the series. And I did like the actual. Funny thing was, I actually enjoyed I watched the first episode on Dailymotion, and I did enjoy the series more than I think I enjoyed the film. I don't know whether that was just because I thought that I like original stuff, so maybe it's just that in my mind I knew that was the original, and maybe I was bringing some bias to that. I don't know, but yeah, so I ended up watching episode 1 of the series. Then I couldn't watch any more, I realised. So I ended up watching the film a night after. I've got loads of stuff like I want to. Well, my mum and dad have told me a load of things that I want to watch, because here's the thing about me, right? I'm very odd in the sense that I want to know as much as I can about the 60s through to, well, really any time before mine, because I know there's gonna this is gonna sound really weird. I'm a very weird person, but I always think to myself about, I always picture myself as an old man, right? And I think to myself, my children and their children aren't gonna know anything about the past, like about 70s, 80s, 90s. I was kind of brought up on that stuff because it was like my dad's generation. And he used to watch, you know, UK TV Gold, and I was like brought up on like Steptoe and Son and Only Fools and Horses and all that sort of stuff. And now I'm going back and trying to watch even more of it, and not just TV shows, but you know, really pivotal things in history, and looking into things like that, so that then I can teach my kids and my grandkids that. And I know that it's a bit stupid, because you'll always be able to find the information somewhere. It's never going to die out. But I like the fact that I can have it up here and that I can pass it on. It does seem, yeah, it does seem a bit odd, I suppose. But, you know, that's how I like to be. So I've always been like, you know, absorb all the knowledge I can, just so that then I can pass it on. And that's why I love, I mean, I used to be, when I was younger, I wouldn't say I was brought up by my grandparents, because I wasn't, but I was definitely my grandparents were heavily involved in, you know, in seeing me when I was younger. I was with my grandparents a lot, and I did try and soak up as much as I could from, you know, from their past. And I always ask them about how it was in the 50s, you know, when they were growing up, or even the 40s for my granddad, because he's getting on a bit now. But I always, you know, ask them things like that, and the types of shows that were on, and about, you know, things like maybe not the war, but things like relating to after the war, like rationing and stuff like that, and what they did and how their childhoods were. And I just love all that. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. I like to delve deep into history, and not necessarily into more of a social history. I like social history, and about what individual stories. That's what I like where people came from, and, you know, not necessarily famous people, just everyday people. I like to hear about that. And I know, I just like that. But we'll stop rambling. I'll get on with the whole video. I know, I'm rambling again. The series is better. The series is better. Dated graphics, but funnier. Oh, I quite like the graphics. Lisa Shelley says, question: did you like history at school? I did, but I didn't like gore. I've never been one for gore. And the way our history teacher, Mr. Griffiths, the way he marketed it. I've lost my word. Marketed? That's right, yeah. That didn't sound right for a minute then. Marketed it was basically, we have to choose what's known as options. Probably you guys didn't do it. I don't know. Some of you might be a bit old for that. I don't know. I don't know how it worked years ago, but nowadays they do options. I think they still do it. And basically in year 9 you choose your GCSEs. Some schools you choose 2 subjects on top of your core subjects. Some you choose 3, and others you choose 4. I think we were one that chose 3. I think I can't even. Oh no, 4. I did French. See, it's only been 5 years since high school, and I forgot French. I did French, business, which I got a very average mark in business. But yeah, I got French, business, IT, and art. Yeah, I know. My dad made me choose. Well, he didn't make me choose art, but he sort of pushed me in that direction, saying, "Oh, art will be a nice, easy, stress-free subject." And it really wasn't. I think I've told you that before. But what was I going to say? Yeah, so basically, Mr. Griffiths, to basically push people, or to try and push people in the direction of choosing history in year 9, he said, "Oh yeah, and you'll get to watch videos of people being beheaded and stuff like that." I don't know what he said. Might have not been those words exactly. Don't take my word for it. But he was trying to basically big up to the guys that, oh, you know, it's going to be filled with gore and fun. It'll be great. Now, I was going to choose history. I thought, oh, I'm going to love this. It's going to be great. But then when he said that, I was pulled straight out. I said, oh, I can't choose it now, because I hated gore. I mean, I still do. we watched, and I'm going to tell you something really personal and something that I was laughed at in high school for years for. In year 7 or year 8, in music, we watched Jaws, and I was bad with watching that Jaws, and it was only a 12A, but the thing that gets me is the suspense. And I watched it in year 7 or year 8, and I actually cried. I actually cried in the room. I had to go out of the room. I just could not do it. I honestly could not do it. So, yeah, it was, that was something in high school I used to get reminded of constantly. Oh, you cried at Jaws and all this, but God, yeah. And yeah, so I forgot where I was going, but yeah, that's why I didn't choose history. But yeah, you are right. I would have loved history. I did love it for the first 3 years, and I was good at it. I was fairly decent at it. But I ended up like year 10, year 11, starting to learn about history myself in my own time. And that's when I started to learn more about the kings and queens and things like that, which I've forgotten most of the. Did you? You actually choose options in 1972? Wow. Oh, right. Well, it was, yeah, it's an old thing then. I didn't think it was. Well, that might be a bit harsh saying 1972 is old, but anyway. Cheek, yeah, cheek. I know, yeah, yeah, cheek. Yes, we had options in the Stone Age. I know. Sorry. I know. When I said old, I thought I shouldn't have said that, but you know what I mean. I'm not trying to be harsh. It's just words come out the wrong way for me. What you're saying? I've been MacLeod, mate, the #1 comedy sketch fan. Oh, have you? Oh, right. I didn't know. Yeah, maybe I've seen your comment, but I didn't know whether you'd actually been in a live chat. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But right, so we'll get on with this. So I'll just flick on to here. So Pirates of the Caribbean Xbox 360 in good use condition with its manual. Now, I believe I scanned this in, and it was like, 1 second. I've got my phone, so I'm going to scan it in because I can't remember exactly. I know there was no FBA offers, and I think it was about £5 or £6, no FBA offers. So I imagine I'll just double that price, something like that. Let's see. It's 3,000 in video games, which is a perfectly fine rank. £5.96, no FBA offers. Maybe do £12.99, something like that on that. I don't know. I'll see when I send it in, when I come to list it. But yeah, that's that one. I paid £1.99 for the video game, so $11.99, $12.99 for that, and paid £1.99. That's not too bad. And that one, oh, I know that one. That goes for. It's lagging loads for me on this side. 1 sec. Oh, there we go. It's gone a bit better now. Yeah, Saints Row, Xbox 360, again, good condition with its manual. And I'm looking at $9.99 on that. So $1.99, I was thinking, yeah, I'll go for it at that, into a tenner, £2 into a tenner. I wouldn't do any higher than that, but £2 into a tenner, I'll take it. Well, not finally, I've got another couple of bits, actually. This DVD surprised me. I scanned it in. It's Her Majesty Mrs. Brown, 4,000 in DVD and Blu-ray, or video DVD, one of the two. Yeah, 4,000, which is a great rank. And yeah, it goes for $19.99. So I was really happy with that, and I paid 50p. So that was really cool. So yeah, that was that one. That's brand new and sealed, as I say. Something. Oh, better not pull the pants down. 1 second. Right, there we go. Let's see if I can hold that up there. Right, this is, I believe, Boo out of Monsters Inc. Never seen one of these before. No, I don't even think I've seen her in the plush form. So I kind of just had to pick it up because I hadn't seen it. And I go to a lot of charity shops and stuff. So, and I go to car boots and auctions and stuff as well. And I just haven't seen this. Maybe I have, but I ignored it. But I don't think so. She speaks. She speaks like that. You press her belly. Hair's a little bit ratty. Don't know where you're going to see that very well. It's a bit ratty, but I paid $2.99 for it. I just kind of had to pick it up because I'd not seen one. I honestly don't know on price. I would just be speculating. I'd hope to get my minimum of sort of £10 plus postage. In terms of if I paid £3 for it, I wouldn't be wanting less than that. It might be a fail. I don't know. If you want to know how much it's worth, you can gladly type it in eBay and filter by sold and completed. But I think there is some money in that. I think there's something in that. but I kind of just had to pick it up, and that was that one. Oh. Right, there we go. I thought I was going to go on for ages, and I thought, oh no, here we go, a minute worth of speaking. Paid $2.50 for Animal Crossing. Again, I believe it has its manual and everything in there. Yeah. $2.50 for that. Goes for 20 quid on Amazon, so I was happy to find that one. This was in a pile of DS games with a, well, not with a DS, but because we were selling the DS separately in the charity shop, but basically the DS wasn't in great condition. It was £6.50, didn't have a charger. It was like a light blue DS Lite, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to leave it for that. If it was £6.50, it had its charger and it was in decent condition, yeah, I probably would have gone on that, but yeah, it just wasn't great, so I left it. I had to leave another couple of the games as well. I was tempted to go on one game, but I forgot what it was, but I was tempted to go on it, but I didn't. So I ended, you know, I saw this big stack of DS stuff and I thought, oh yeah, this is great, probably get all of this. But yeah, didn't in the end, so that I just got that one. I got PS3 Batman Arkham Asylum. I actually think it goes for a similar price as what that pre-owned sticker says. I'm going to scan it in anyway. Paid 50p for this, so that wasn't bad. It was in a charity shop. I don't generally go in loads, but I do nip in every now and then. I try to go to it every time because I always think, you know, what if there's something amazing there? But it's really poor. It is. It's never really been great. I mean, it was great a few months ago, but it's gone. It's not gone great now. $7.95, so not far off that $6.99 that it says on the sticker there. I'd say paid 50p, so that was all right. Jack and Daxter, Platinum £1.50. I'll just check again because a couple of these were from like Monday or Tuesday, so I forgot price. I always have to scan it in. Even something I'm like major sure on, I still scan it in just to make sure. $8.99, one FBA offer, 3,000 video games again, so great rank. Yeah, so £1.50. Again, that would be like my £1.50 into 9 quid. Yeah, I mean, we're getting on for not sort of buying it, but if, you know, if it was 2 quid, I might have been like, I don't know, I don't think I will. But £1.50, I thought, yeah, I'll do it. So 26 people watching now, which is cool. Is that the Dolphin Monsters Inc? It is the Dolphin Monsters Inc. It is Boo. Yes, it looks like that girl from that. Yeah. There's another girl that looks very similar to her, and she's out of Discipline Me, which I always call Despicable Me. No, it's Despicable Me. I just did it then. I always call it Discipline Me. No, it's Despicable Me, isn't it? Despicable Me. That's what it is. I just did it then. I always say to my mum, when I'm saying about that film, I always say Discipline Me. And she always says, no, it's Despicable Me. But yeah, anyway, I don't know why. I keep looking at the word and I just keep thinking discipline. And then I look at it again and then I'm thinking, oh no, despicable. Yeah, yeah. There's some words though that you look at, don't you? And you think, are you sure that's how you pronounce that? You know? Yeah, so that's that. So that's all my little few bits from chat. Well, not all of them. I think I did get a couple of others that I've already listed, but not loads. I think you've seen pretty much everything that's come through the door this week, so I've not done too bad. There was a box that arrived from Amazon with a few RA bits in that I'm not going to show you, but there wasn't a lot. There's like 8-10 items, so it wasn't loads. I've not really been doing any sniping, so there's not really been any of that coming through the door because I've been doing the auctions and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I've not done bad this week. I've showed you pretty much everything. LOL, the new, what's that? LOL, the new XXX version. What is that? What are you going on about? Oh, about the pants being down and the doll. Yeah, anyway, so if you've got any more questions, please do fire away in the chat. I'm just thinking of what else I want to talk to you about. I don't think there's loads I need to talk to you about. You asking for a spanking ad. Why? Oh, you mean discipline? You mean discipline? Is that what you're going on about? Sorry, I'm pretty slow. You mean when I was saying discipline? Oh, I know what you mean. Saying discipline. Sorry, I'm very slow. Saying discipline me to my mum. Oh, I get it. I get it. Oh. See, it's 5 minutes with me. I have to think about it for about 5 minutes to actually get the joke, which then makes it like pointless that someone's told the joke in the first place. But yeah, yeah, I get it. I get it now. It didn't take me too long that time. Yeah. Takes me 10 minutes, bloody hell. Yeah, so if you got any questions in the chat, please do fire away. If you like the video, please do give it a like. I am going to, after this video, record a sales update. You may have seen my new video on my room. Well, that was actually about a week ago now. The room is pretty full at the moment. That was before I got the auction hall, in case you were wondering. You know, in case you were wondering why it was so empty at that time. So yeah, I didn't even get around to editing that one for a week or so, but I'm really going to try, I'll do my sales update after this video. I've got me screenshots on my phone, and then hopefully that'll be up. To be honest, to tell you the truth, I've just been so lazy with YouTube over the last, I'd say 6 weeks. I've been really lazy. Now, that's all okay because I've not been lazy in my reselling, but the reason I've been lazy in my YouTube and the quality's lacked and it's not been very professional and all that sort of stuff is because I've been doing my reselling. So, you know, I can't complain on that side of things. And I've been treating YouTube more like a hobby, which really it should be, rather than it taking up loads of my time. But at the same time, I do want to get back to bringing you some good content because I've been really slacking the last few weeks. So I will sit down in that chair, do my sales update, upload it either tomorrow or Saturday, and that'll be that done because I need to get some videos up. Hi, Ad's question. I have a Sims 2 PC game with no code. I can't seem to find the one anywhere. Could I sell without the code? Thanks in advance. I want to say no. I'm not great with PC games, but I don't think you can. No, you can't. No, I'm pretty sure you can't actually. When I was sending stuff to Amazon, the PC games, I was really, yeah, I want to say no. I'm pretty firm on no actually. But when a few months back, when I was sending those PC games into Amazon, I was being very careful which ones I sent in because it was a minefield. I tell you, it was bad. It was really bad. It was, you know, some of the games I was thinking I could actually send in, and then I did a bit more research and I couldn't send them in. So I nearly ended up sending in PC games without the codes or whatever that I just couldn't, you know, I couldn't send in because if I sent them in, not that I couldn't send them in, like Amazon's preventing me to send in, but I mean, if I did send them in and the customer got them, they just couldn't play them. So it was nearly a real, that could have really messed up my account. So just be careful with PC games. That's what I'd say, be careful. And do your research. If, you know, if you've got a job lot of PC games, do your research because you definitely don't want to be sending them into Amazon without codes or whatever if you definitely need the code. No, well, you will need the code, but I mean, if for like one use or anything like that. But you know, you don't want to be sending them. Oh God, it's just a minefield. You can tell. I get worked up about it now. I don't think I'm gonna fall very much into PC games, to be honest. I'll do The Sims. I'll do odd ones that I know that I'm sure of, but oh, no, I'm not gonna do loads of them. Like there's ones that you actually don't need codes for. But don't come with any manuals or anything, so you don't even really know that they don't require codes, like, or anything like that. So it's hard. There's loads of different things. Feel free to not answer, but you mentioned you have an aim for £100 sales a day. How much would you say make after fees, postage on a daily? Oh, I don't do the daily basis. I mean, I do my daily basis in terms of my £100, but I don't then work out daily how much profit I'm making. I just couldn't do it. I know maybe some people do, but I can't do it. I just do it on a monthly basis. Like when I say I get that P.S. I'm really impressed how much you've improved since starting. What do you mean, monetary value, or do you mean on like starting on YouTube, or just the things I'm picking up? I don't know, but yeah, I do feel like I'm very good at diversifying. That's the one thing that I have going for me. I'm very, very good at diversifying, but sometimes I diversify into the wrong things, or I make big fails. Well, not big fails, but I make fails. But yeah, I mean, I don't generally, when I say to you guys that I try and have £100 sales each day. Generally, that is just a target, just like a figure in my mind that I can just think, that's what I roughly want to achieve each day. I don't then break that down into profit, like net profit on each day. I just do it by the month. So, I make 3,000, my costs come in, all my costs come in at 1,500 or something. You make 1,500 pure profit, pre-tax profit. I don't generally do like the whole, I don't generally do the whole day by day thing, except the, just the £100 target. It's just a way of focusing my mind on a day-to-day basis. I'm thinking, have I reached it? If I haven't reached it for a few days, I then think to myself, well, what can I do to ensure that I reach it over the next week or two? I might change prices. I might try and really get sourcing and send a shipment up to Amazon, or maybe I'll do an auction, or maybe schedule in another car boot for the weekend, or it's just something to keep your mind going, throughout the days. All really monetary, I remember. Oh right, yeah. I mean, I suppose I have. I know I've come on monetary, obviously. And if I wasn't progressing monetary from when I first started, I'd be worried. It's 2 years in almost, well, pretty much 2 years in now. And well, come into the next month, actually, coming into July. If I haven't improved a lot, then I'd be seriously worried. I mean, my first month was like ridiculous. I mean, I've come on probably over 10 times each month now. I've probably come on 10 times in terms of my first month. Like, judging this month from my very first month, I've come on probably over 10 times or more. And if that wasn't true, or if it was less than that, if it was maybe I'd only come on 2 times, I'd be a little bit worried. Now, if I was part-time, that's a different story. But because this is full-time and I want to make it my sole income, and I want to move out with this money, I want to support my family with this money, I need it to be growing at a good rate. And I'm just glad it really is hotting up now. And this month, obviously, like June for me, for me personally, is usually the second slowest month of the year, second or third slowest month of the year, usually behind July. So a bit worried for next month. It's going to be a bit of a killer, but I'm going to really work and I try and get, at least meet that £100 a day. Because if I can do that, this year, as I've said so many times, was all about consistency for me. Consistency in the slow months, and obviously not necessarily consistency through the quicker months, but actually good growth through the quicker months. Because you don't want to be doing like 3K in June, but then only be doing 3K in December as well. You don't want it to be consistent on that level in one respect, but you do want it to be consistent through the rest of the year. Like maybe March to August, you want it to be really nice, consistent, and then after that, you want it to slowly progress up to fourth quarter. That's how I see it. So if I was doing 3,000 or 4,000 in December, I'd be a bit worried, to be honest, for myself. I would be, but consistency through the slower months is what I needed this year, and that's what I've got so far. How much value is all your stock on eBay currently? I've not looked recently. I don't know. Not a lot. It really isn't. It's not a lot. I want to say 15K, 20K. I don't know without looking. I honestly don't. But obviously I've got Amazon on top of that. I wouldn't know with Amazon. I honestly don't. But I'd have to look properly for you. But it's really not that much. It isn't even on my 1,000 items. It's probably, say I've got an average listing price of 15 or 20 quid on my 1,000 items, then that would take it to about 15 to 20k. So yeah, it's really not that much in terms of listed value, not compared to other guys who've got massive inventories. So, or not even massive inventories, but just smaller inventories, but like we've got products on that are £500 each, you know. For the Ka-ching challenge, what's this? Oh wait, 1 second, I've just got to scroll up. How is textiles going for the Ka-ching challenge? I have not got one. It's not that I've not been trying. I've looked at auctions, I've looked at the car boots, I've really been having it in my mind. I just can't find any. Like, I mean, I can find some, but I can't find any that I feel comfortable picking up that will make a profit. Like, and I don't know enough about them to you know, to pay up on something that might make me even more money, you know, like if it's a certain brand or something. I did look in a charity shop that I know the manager in. I did look and I asked her, I told her about this challenge actually, and because she knows I have a YouTube channel, and you know, I said to her, have you got any of these bedding or anything like that? Have you got any children's bedding? Because that's what I feel comfortable, you know, that's what I feel comfortable doing this challenge around, children's bedding. She did have some Disney, but I don't think it was actually official Disney like store or anything like that. And I think it was on at about $3.99, $4.99. If it was Disney store, probably would have taken it, but I don't think it was. I couldn't see anywhere on it, but it was. Obviously, it would have been a, what do we call it? Not a licensed product, that's it. Obviously, it was a licensed product, but it wasn't like Disney store, and if it just had like copyright Disney or something on it. And that obviously it means it's licensed, but it wasn't like a proper Disney store thing or anything, and they're the ones that get the better money. But it's not going well this month. Last month I managed to it seems to be last month I seemed to find loads of ladies' shoes. I knew where I was looking for them. Kids bedding, I've sold 5 duvet covers yesterday. Nice. I mean, we're coming very close to the show now, so even if I got some in the next couple of days, they've got to sell quick. And I don't want to just buy something just to sell it, you know, just to say that I've done the challenge. That's not really the point of the challenge. It's more to buy something to flip it for profit and then think, well, oh, I'm a bit more comfortable in that niche. That's the whole challenge of, you know, that's what the challenge is about. But I would, you know what I'm like, I would, you know, I'd take a chance on something if I saw it, but I've not seen it, unfortunately. Peter is in the chat. Hi all. And yeah, that's everyone's questions, I think, for now. So if anyone does have any more questions, please do drop them down below in the chat. As I say, I don't really think I've got anything else to talk about. So if there's no more questions, I'll sort of sign off because we've been about 40 minutes anyway. I only get them through when they are 99p or 1.99. Now, you see at boot sales, you get them prices. And I didn't see any last weekend at the 2 boot sales I did. Charity shops, it's going to be hard to get them prices unless you're at like maybe a 1.99 store, or you know, like I don't know, Bernardo's 1.99 store, or a Age UK £1 store, or whoever else of the charity shops does £1 stores. I've not ever seen an Oxfam £1 store. I wonder why that is. Or a British Heart Foundation £1 store. Hey ads, how's things? Oh, here we go. Someone is 23 and I've been reselling for 18 months. Wish I'd started earlier. So there you go. There's someone who is, yeah, we could actually get back to the topic slightly for a minute. So there's someone who is in that sort of 18 to 25 bracket. Yeah, so in terms of the topic, are there many young people taking up reselling? You know, as I say, I've seen them in a group. I've seen a few young people in the groups, and I know we've got like Charlie and Harry, who are fairly young. We've got, you know, I mean, George, who's been in the chat, he's only 26, I believe, or something like that. We've got, well, as you say, Welsh Thrifter there, who's 23. We've got, who else have we got that's fairly young? We had, Liz did a YouTube channel, didn't she? But I don't know where she's gone. I don't know whether she went off to university and stopped reselling. But she was fairly young. But we have had a few, but it's surprising that I've not seen more of it. That's what I'm thinking about. They never tell you about, yes, I think that's what it is, Welsh Thrifter. And again, if they told, like, I did business, but all I got from business is that you need a bank loan and you need, Neil says that I'm only 21. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll believe that. We'll believe that, Neil. So, yeah, I mean, when I did business, we used to get told, oh, you need a business plan, you need a bank loan, you need this, you need that. And we always got driven in the direction of having a shop or having something like that. And we never got taught, as you say, we never got taught about this career. And maybe that's why not many young people are doing it. Or maybe that's why I feel that not many young people are doing it. Maybe there are a lot more young people than I think that are doing it. But maybe that is the case, that they don't actually know it exists. Like, even though I was doing it, I've been doing it for years on and off with eBay, but I didn't even know I was doing it. I didn't even know it was called reselling. So yeah, maybe it's just the fact that, you know, that it's just not as known. And maybe the fact that we're on YouTube, you know, there's a lot of us on YouTube now, maybe that'll encourage more young people into it. And maybe Nick has probably already encouraged a lot of young people into doing it through his videos. So, you know, I think maybe it's the awareness. Maybe that's it. I don't know, but it's just an interesting little topic to discuss, really. Everyone is told university is the key to life in school. Yeah, I know, I get that. Like, everyone was like, so what are you doing at university, and where are you going at college, and you know, for college and all that? And if you don't get a certain grade, oh no, you're in with a different crowd. And it's like, what? You know, it's so weird. It's so, yeah, I mean, high school and college are a different world, aren't we, really? Even university, I suppose, but certainly high school and college. I think university, you're a bit more like an adult, but you know, high school and college, it's just so funny. Yeah, but I mean, it might be that fact. It might be the awareness. That might be what it is. That maybe not as many, maybe a lot more people would take it up if they were properly aware of it as a career. I don't know. Or maybe it's just the fact that a lot of people are aware of it, but we don't really fancy getting up at 5 or 6 o'clock for a car boot. Or maybe we don't fancy putting in the work. Or maybe there's a lot of people that try it and then end up not liking it after a few months, and then you know, not wanting to put in the work or anything like that, because it is you have to be very dedicated, and you have to take a bit of crap, to be honest, in this job, whether it's from eBay messages, whether it's, you know, naughty customers or something like that, whether it's accounts being not suspended or anything, but maybe like something harming your account or something like that. You have to take a lot of crap, and a lot of the time you can't give that crap back. You know, you can't, like, on eBay messages, I've got it. I mean, I'm really professional on messages, because I know so many people have said, don't put your emotion into it. Don't fight back. You know, don't like really go all for you. You know, if eBay were to go into that message chat that you've had, and you're there, maybe you're not effing and jeffing directly, but maybe you're sort of just being a little bit passive aggressive, or just not very nice towards your customers. It just, you know, it just won't work. So even if you've got, you know, you might have to take that crap, but you can't exactly give it back. You've got to be quite nice with it. So it's you know, it is a hard job in that respect, and that's not even focusing on the actual work side of it, or even if you're doing your own accounting, or you just, there's so much with it. So maybe it's that side of it, maybe it's the work side of it. But I don't think we'll ever know unless you actually got a good sample of young people together, maybe from a university or whatever, and maybe did a focus group, maybe did a questionnaire, maybe did I don't know, and all those different things, and you actually delve deep into it. That would obviously cost a little bit of money to do that as well. You'd never know, and to be honest, I don't want to spend my money to do that. So obviously, when you get to that point, you're thinking, right, you're reading too much into this now. But yeah, it's just an interesting topic, really. Have you encouraged any of your pals to sell on eBay ads? I've tried. They don't want to do it. I mean, obviously, Daniel he's got his career. He's got his career choice. He knows what he wants to do. He wants to become a doctor. He doesn't know which field yet, but that's what he wants to do. Ryan, don't know where he's going at the moment, but oh well. But I've tried to. I've talked to Ryan about it. I've talked to him, and I've said to him, you could do this, but I just don't know. I think I think Ryan will do something self-employed. I do think he's got that mentality. I just don't think that Ryan will cope well with, for all of his life, being told what to do, if you know what I mean. I just don't think he's got that personality. So I think, if anything, he's going to be self-employed. I just don't think his self-employed passion is reselling. So I do feel like he's going to start up his own business, but not reselling. I'm trying to think of who else. I mean, I've taught, like, even before I did reselling properly and I was selling on eBay in dribs and drabs, I've talked to people about doing it and things like that. I mean, when I was back in college, when I was actually doing my reselling and I was in college, I talked to a few people about it. They were very, very interested, but they never took it further. Again, because I think it's this thing about awareness. Even though you can tell someone directly, this is what I do, I'm an eBay reseller, da-da-da-da-da-da. And again, with the work, I might have made them aware of it, and they might be really excited about it, but are they going to put in the work, or do they know how to, do people even know how to register as a business? Do young people know that? I didn't know that. I had to find that out on my own. I didn't know that. I honestly didn't know that, and that's why I did a video that is actually one of my most popular videos on this channel, about very quickly talking you through the online process of registering with HMRC, because I never got that. That should be number one in business, in a business lecture, in a business class. That should be number one. Honestly, they should take you onto the HMRC website and say, right, who out of you are thinking about starting a business? And people raise their hand and say, right, that's great. What I'm going to do today, very quickly with you, is show you how to register online as a business. That's it. It would take all of 10, 15 minutes, something like that, to show the kids. But it would be one of the most valuable things you learn, because I never learned it, and I was annoyed at that. That's what I kind of wanted to learn. I signed up for business, to basically find out how to set up a business. And we didn't get that in college. We did get it at university level when I was doing my foundation degree. We did get it at university level. We got we actually had to write out business plans ourselves. We didn't ever actually get how to sign up as a business with HMRC, but we did get how to plan a business, how to set up a business. I think one of my tutors did one time refer me to Company's House and how to set up as a limited company, but that wasn't actually like structured academic work. That was just because I asked him. But obviously we got taught how to go on companies. Again, I think this was because I asked my tutor actually. I wanted to know how to get annual reports from Company's House. So I think I asked. I don't think that was structured work again, but I think I ended up asking him, and he showed me how to do that. But yeah, what was I going to say? So yeah, when I was in college, a lot of people did seem to take interest in what I was doing, and I remember I bought that Lost Valley of the Dinosaurs game for £1 in a charity shop, and I sold that a day before I went into college for 35 quid. And I was on my eBay, because that's all I used to do at college. In the final days before I quit my college, well, my university course, but we were doing it at college, in the final days before I quit that, I was just on eBay. At college, I was just on eBay because I knew this is what I want to do. This is what I've got drive for. And it's kind of funny because I was speaking to my mum yesterday. At that time, almost 2 years ago, as I say, or just over 2 years ago, actually, because that was a bit more into the academic year. But it was like a pipe dream for me. It was like I was saying to her, it was like this vision, you know, oh, I could do this full time. I could do this full time. And now it's reality. And now the income is there as well. And that is just incredible to think. You know, that is just incredible to think. So, yeah, getting back to the question properly, I've never really encouraged any of my friends to, well, I have encouraged them to do it, but I've never really got anyone on board. So even though when I did get that £35 sale from £1, and I told everyone in the middle of a class, even my tutor, they were all like, whoa, that's well cool, you know, because they couldn't understand that you could do that. I never knew the margins were so like ridiculously, well, they're not amazing, because by the time you've actually had your tax off it and you've had all your expenses come off that money, you're not actually making that much. It all averages out, you know, quite plain really, and not that amazing. But you know, that flip, just that £1 into that 35 quid, everyone's like, whoa, that's a crazy profit, you know. And I never realized you could do that sort of level of margins and profit, you know. And it still amazes me now when you pick something up for a quid or two and you get 30 quid or 40 quid, and or even more than that, you know, 100 quid or something. It's just crazy to think, but that's kind of our job, which is cool. Here we go. Ryan's in the chat. Alex would probably do it with you, to be honest. Yeah, I know, but I don't kind of want a partner. Well, I mean, I would have a partner, a business partner, but, and I know Alex would, obviously you guys don't know Alex, I'm talking to Ryan here, but I know that Alex would be like a great business partner. I know him. He works well. He is very, what's the word? Resourceful. He's very, very resourceful. Obviously that comes along with organisation. He's very organisational. But I kind of want a partner just to, you see what I mean? I want a partner just for the sake of having a partner, and you should never get a partner for that. Never get a partner for that reason. Or you've really got to be careful with business partners. I think my granddad had a business partner once, and I don't think he particularly liked having. I don't know. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. But I'm sure I've heard him say, "Oh yeah, one of my granddads did," and I don't think they worked well together or something. I think we just, what's the word where you rub up the wrong way against each other. But yeah, I mean, I kind of want a partner just to share the workload, but I don't know. I'd rather just, if Alex wanted to do it, he does it on his own, you know, encourage him to do it on his own. Now, there could get to a point where you're like working together, but you're maybe not like directly working together, but you're both self-employed, but you're very, you know, you're very social together, and obviously you talk about each other's businesses and stuff. And then after 5 years of knowing each other like that, you could then have the confidence to become partners, because after 5 years or 6 years of knowing each other, you've both built up strong businesses, you know each other inside and out, then you might feel a bit more comfortable about combining your businesses. But here's the thing. The one thing about partnerships is arguments, and it tears friendships apart, because this is what we got taught in high school, actually. It tears friendships apart. Obviously, one of the bonuses is that 2 heads are better than 1, or 20 heads are better than 1, because obviously you can have 20 partners in a business as well. But I don't know. It's kind of, for me, I like the fact that I've got someone there to lean on when I'm not, maybe I'm not doing my best with the business, or something's just a little bit off, or maybe I've got an illness or something, and then obviously I would do it for them. They lean on me with that, you know, in that respect as well. But I don't know. You're a lone wolf ad stalking the bargains in the wilderness of a car. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, I like the fact I can go to the car boot and you can look at someone and you give them that little look where, and you know you're going to go to the same stall and you're like, right, I'm going to get there before them. I like that. And maybe that would be, well, I mean, that would be the same, obviously, if you had a partner. But I just kind of like the fact that I'm my own businessman. I'm doing it for myself. I'm a lone wolf. And as I've always talked about to you guys as well, is when I was in high school, college, university at college, I never worked well in teams. I remember about 3 occasions where I just pulled the team through. And I'm not trying to be cocky about that or anything. I mean, it was just how I was. People got to know how I was in a team, and I would say to them, look, I'm going to do this for us, but I just need you to just not really say much. Don't put too much input in. And then I would do it. I would win debates. I would win, I'd win presentations. I was great at presentations, not so much anymore with the anxiety, but, I was great back then. And that was kind of how I was. I would be the one who pulls the team, really, and I liked it that way. And then my tutor would say, "Oh, well, let others help," and I would always think in my mind, but if they help, all they're going to do is give me a crap response, and we're going to lose the bloody thing because they're not as good as me at it. And that's all you're thinking. And you know what? That is a very good thing to have in reselling, because you need to have that drive, that passion that you want to be the best, that you want to do this in the best way possible. Not necessarily, I mean, in the end, you end up just competing with yourself. In the end, all it ever was, your life as a reseller, was just you competing with yourself. But if you give yourself that false illusion that you're competing with someone else, then it makes you work harder, I think, instead of just competing with yourself. But never be horrible with it, just nice, easy, friendly competition, not like ripping people's arms off at the boot sale because they grabbed the hero quest before you. It's like, no, if they've got it and they're handing the money over, no, they've got it, But yeah, anyway, I'll stop now. I've rambled for 10 minutes, or maybe even more. I share a warehouse with another reseller, always tries to outdo each other. It's great. We both have separate businesses, but compete with each other. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I would be quite happy to do. And I mean, that, as I say, that friendly level of competition is good. And I think the funny thing is, you try and outdo each other, but you know what actually happens? Both your businesses skyrocket, in theory, because you both are trying to outdo each other. So when you're both outdoing each other, you're climbing up your own business's ladder and you're making your own business much, much better. So you're sort of competing with each other, but really you're just growing your own business. And that's what I say about this sort of false competing with other people. If you get in your mind that you're competing with someone else, but really subconsciously you're thinking this is all false, then you actually subconsciously know who you're really competing with, which is yourself. But consciously, you're actually thinking, oh, I've got to get this bargain before this person. I think I get far too in depth with my thinking. Sorry, I'm going to leave it there because that is I get far too in depth with my thinking, don't I? Makes you work 10 times harder, yeah. So, right, I'll leave it there, guys. Any more questions? Very, very quickly. I'll take one more question if you've got one, and then I will go. I'll sit down there. I will do this sales update for you. I think my mic's in my room, so I might put my mic on to make it a bit better quality. And yeah, I'll get that uploaded very soon because I can't slack anymore with my YouTube. I've got to do something with that. So I've got to make a few more moves with my YouTube again. So yeah, any more questions very quickly in the next 10, 20 seconds? I'm not going to count. I was going to say I was count, but there's no point in doing that. Yeah, 10, 20 seconds, and then I will be off. So very quickly, any more questions? Doesn't look like it. I just quickly go up the chat. I don't think. How can you upscale on you on very hard. You need help sometimes. I know it's hard trusting others, though, even family. No, and now do it yourself. So that I don't mean I wouldn't have help from friends and family. I have had help from friends and family, but I'm meaning like as a business partnership, I would find it very hard. In terms of like just my mum coming to the boot sale with me and, you know, taking stuff to the car, or you know, friends helping me with certain things or whatever, business, or things like that, that's okay. But I'm meaning, because it's still my business, I'm the runner of the business there, just give me a hand every now and then, just, you know, maybe, I don't know if I've got too much on a plate or something, I don't know, but that's fair enough. But I'm meaning more of a, you know, the actual partnership. Right, there is something, I think there is something else, is there? Or maybe not. Yeah, yeah, that's everything. Oh no, one more question from Ali Boy. How fast do you do the first lap of the car boot? Depends how big it is, but usually when I get there, there's only about a row or two. Because like last week there was about half a row. It ended up that, because it was a bit rainy, it ended up that that there was only about 2 or 3, it might have been 4 rows in the end, but I got there when there was half a row. So generally, you see a big line of cars coming up, and they're all getting the stuff out. So what I generally do is, when we're getting this stuff out, I go round the back of the dealers, I look at what's in the cars. If I can't really see that much, I'll then go back to the other stores that the dealers have just been to, because believe me, there is things that they miss. Honestly, there is. Then, as the dealers are moving along, I move along sort of just a little bit behind them. But what I do, every 5 minutes, I go right, or 10 minutes, I go right to the start, right to where the dealers are, just to see if there's anything that I can get my hand in quickly and, you know, grab off the table or ask them about that's in the boot of the car. And if I can do that and get something great, that's great. But I've not really had much success at that, because, well, especially with Chelford, one I go to, because Chelford is cutthroat. There's a lot of dealers there, a lot. I mean, tons, honestly, tons. You know, you have like them big rabbles of dealers at your car boot. Chelford there's masses of them. There's probably, I don't even know. I couldn't even count, to be honest. There's just loads. But then I went to another car boot, which was Blakemere, and that's completely the opposite. There's only a handful of dealers there. So it, you know, it's really, I suppose it depends on the landscape of the car boot, is what I'm saying. But yeah, so how fast do I do my first lap? If there's a full car boot there, it might take me a while. You know, if it's a big full car boot, it might take me a while. If it's not that big and I've only just got there, it can take me a few minutes, you know, because you're just running back in two, basically. So that's that anyway. Oh, sorry, one more question. I'll be very, very, very quick. Are you finding it hard to upscale the business? No, I don't think so. I think with the addition... Oh, I rang up Blakemere as well. Very quickly, I forgot to tell you this. I rang up Blakemere and they said that I'm 7th on the waiting list. I've been waiting a month for this cabinet already. I'm 7th on the waiting list, and it could take a few months, literally a few months before you get your cabinet. You know, I don't know how long that could be. That could be 6 months for all I know. But basically, they said they've got 2 cabinets that are available. So they're going to call the first 2 people on the list. If they don't get it, if they don't want it, then we'll go down the list in, you know, methodical order. So I don't know. I might end up getting it really early if none of the other people before me on the list want these 2 cabinets. But I doubt it, to be honest. And then once I've got that cabinet, hopefully that'll give me, honestly, I'd just be speculating how much extra it would give me a month, but hopefully it'd give me a bit extra income a month. And then, I mean, me and my mum were saying, with how good it's been this month, I've done over 3,000 this month. I'm over my target, still got a couple of days to go. With how good it's been this month in what is the second slowest month of the year for me, once I get that cabinet, or once I get a couple of cabinets, that's me pretty much leveled off. I can literally not really grow the business that much, and still make a decent income. So, because all I need is that 1 or 2 cabinets just to pull my income up by a little bit more each month, and then I'm fine. I'm almost pretty much where I want to be after that. So, yeah, I mean, it's great. It's all falling into place nicely. You know, what can I say? But yeah, right. So I'll leave it there, guys. But yeah, just to answer your question quickly, it's not that hard to upscale a business. Maybe when I get that cabinet or whatever, and I'm where I want to be, completely, utterly done and dusted, I might think to myself, you know what? I'm going to push this even further. I'm going to get a booth. I'm going to rent even more space. I'm going to send more stuff up to Amazon FBA. I'm going to push this to the limit of it, where it can go. I don't know, but well, yeah, okay, I do know. I probably will do that, but I'm setting myself a target. I'm reaching that target first, and then I'm going to set myself a bigger target and then reach that. I'm not one of those people who say, oh yeah, I'm going to make $1 million with reselling. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, this. No, I set myself little targets and work my way up. Don't like set yourself a ridiculous target first off. Do little targets and progress. Maybe in 10 years, I might be on a really, really decent income, like really, really decent. Not necessarily like 100,000 or anything, but I'm thinking like, to me, really decent would be 50K. If I was doing 50K with this 5-10 years time, that'd be awesome. That would absolutely be awesome. But maybe after that, I want to push it more. Maybe I want to get employees. Maybe I want to get, I don't know about a physical premises. I don't think so, but I want to push it further, you know, that's what I'm saying. But anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. I've rambled for long enough. As I say, if you liked it, please do give it a like. And yeah, I will see you in probably a sales update very soon, either tomorrow or Saturday. Probably see you in a haul video very soon, but I have got a bit of a backlog, so I won't be getting as much in the next few days. But you never know, I might end up going to a car boot if I feel like it on Sunday. Or I might have a line. I'm not sure. I might go. I'm very tempted to go. There's a one-off one near me, actually, not far at all. Like about 4 miles or something. Not far at all. So yeah, I might be very tempted to go to that one. So you might get a car boot haul on Sunday. You might not. It also depends whether my mum wants more stuff in that room, because she was like, "Oh my God, there's so much stuff," the other day. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've got plenty to work through, so yeah, we'll see anyway. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, guys, and yeah, see you soon.